Tonight we've got more live segments than the agenda.
And something sus. All Systems Go starts right now.
Hello and welcome to the season finale of ASG. I'm the dear Princess Jenny.
And I'm the most highest king, god, supreme lord, emperor, Ro. Let's get started. Do you love Genshin Impact? Or maybe you like space-themed mobile games? The makers of Genshin have released a new game, Honkai Star Rail, which is a strategic turn-based sci-fi game. Players can enjoy anime visuals, large worlds to explore, and a seemingly never-ending list of things to do. According to my first-hand source, Hannah, the story is an alternate universe version of the studio's first game, Honkai Impact 3rd, which came out in 2016. Honkai Star Rail is free to play and available on PC, iOS, and Android, so go eat your heart out.
I love unions. The majority of the workers at Sega of America have created their very own union, called Aegis CWA. Aegis CWA has filed with the National Labor Relations Board, so if the management of Sega of America does not recognize them as a union, then the NLRB will start union election for Sega. Aegis seeks to raise the base pay for all the workers, improve benefits, define opportunities for advancement, which means getting a raise, balance workloads, and fully staff all departments. Good luck, Aegis!
Womp womp. A Microsoft deal didn't go through once again. The UK government's Competition and Markets Authority has moved to prevent Xbox's acquisition of Activision Blizzard, the gaming company responsible for games like Call of Duty, Candy Crush, and Overwatch. According to the CMA, allowing the deal to go through would reduce creativity and innovation in the gaming industry by creating a monopoly. Microsoft's response was that this made them disappointed. These concerns were raised in February as well, and stated that in the time since, Microsoft failed to provide an adequate response to alleviate their fears. Although similar concerns were brought up in the US, the deal has not been denied here yet.
What if Lego games were bad? Well, Funko seems to have an answer to that question. The Funko Fusion game trailer dropped yesterday. One commenter on the trailer noted, "Headshots are going to be a breeze in this game." The action-adventure game is pretty similar to the Lego games, just a little bit more gory. The trailer showed some blood and guts in a scene from The Thing, when Dr. Copper gets mauled. Thankfully, it's not as grody as in the real movie. The Funko Pops make it kinda cute. But unlike the Lego games, Funko Fusion will have online multiplayer for up to 4 people. Funko Fusion is set to release in 2024 on PC and some consoles.
Totally Spies is totally coming back to a TV near you! The beloved show has officially been revived by both Cartoon Network and the streaming service Max. French media company Banijay Kids and Family made the announcement earlier this week confirming that Warner Bros. Discovery acquired the rights to the 7th season of the series. And while the 6th season left off with the main characters Sam, Clover, and Alex at college, Season 7 will be considered a reboot of the show, meaning we'll see the girls back in high school. If you're as excited as we are to see these fashionable spies back in action, you'll only have to wait a little longer. The rebooted Totally Spies is set to premiere in 2024.
If you thought that Elon Musk running Twitter couldn't get any more embarrassing for him, think again. For those of you who don't know, Musk instated Twitter Blue, where people can buy a verified checkmark for $8 a month. And on April 20th, those who had legacy verified marks, which is ones you don't pay for, from the before times, had them stripped away. The marks lead people to believe that those who have them are notable in some way, but there are some people of note who are refusing to keep their check marks in this manner, and Elon Musk is paying for it. Literally. He is literally paying the $8 fee for several celebrities that aren't paying it themselves, including LeBron James, William Shatner, and Stephen King. King even tweeted to his fans that he had not subscribed to Twitter Blue, to which Musk replied, "You're welcome, namaste." Because if there's one way to prove your new policy is working, it's by responding to famous people who clearly want nothing to do with it. Don't go away, because after the break, we've got rundowns.
And AI ready to gaslight you. All systems go. We'll be right back. Nikki's made the video of all time. Consume it with your eyes.
I get a free monkey, I guess.
Monkey.
Monkey.
Great bit, everyone.
I'm gonna.
Do we have anyone who can pop camera?
No.
It appears we didn't get anybody who can pop camo balloons. We have like 10 towers.
We have a sniper that can't pop camo balloons because I was too excited for faster fire.
Right now I'm gonna save up for Benjamin though.
I'm saving up for semi-automatic.
Yeah, his name is Benjamin, and he's a computer programmer.
No context given. I'm gonna save up for Benjamin. You sound like you're talking about a fucking tax documentarian.
Yeah, he's like an accountant or something. Changing targeting options can sometimes help with tough rounds. Thanks.
Oh, that wasn't just me. I was like, yeah.
I didn't ask.
Thanks, but I will continue having all of my monkeys on first. Thank you very much.
That's the thing. I already don't have all my monkeys on first.
Who's on first?
Third base!
Shut up.
Okay, so I throw the ball to Naturally. No, you don't. You throw the ball to who? Throw the ball to who? Naturally. Yes. So I throw the ball to Naturally. I love how among all this, we have 2 completely unupgraded dart monkeys.
Oh, yeah. And a corrosive glue gunner.
Dark monkeys, you.
Are you guys putting all your monkeys in one sniper?
No. I mean, we're like 2/3 of the way there, but hold on. Does this... The dart monkey you got and put down there has 0 pops.
Oh, don't worry, I'll fix that. There we go. Now we don't have to worry about it. The thing is, that was my free monkey, so I didn't get anything from that. That was just cold-blooded murder.
We now have less popping power for no benefit. No problem.
You guys have gone so sunk cost on this stupid fucking monkey upgrade.
They're doing God's
doing
work
great.
just like a real soldier.
Look, they have 44,000 pops. That's amazing.
Even if that is very good, you still.
I don't see the problem.
This is nepotism. This is actual military nepotism, and you're just glorifying it. So you are now have this full auto sniper that is not only buffed up by jungle drums, but now you are also giving him hard drugs to be able to shoot.
Well,
oh yeah, just like the real
yeah.
U.S.
Don't
military.
put it like that. I like to refer to them as nutrient supplements.
Just because the results are 100% like beneficial to your stupid military coup doesn't mean that it's not incredibly unethical.
Listen,
Oh, yeah.
listen. Ralph is
Obviously
doing a
horrible.
great job, okay? Don't talk about him.
Ralph? We even named him? Okay, sure.
Do you think one of the upgraded, like, super monkeys with, like,
No.
like one of the Terminators
Okay.
super monkeys, like, 2 of them are fighting, and one of them is, like, aims at a statue of historical figure, and I was like, oh no, he's gonna blast President Lincoln!
I knew you'd get in the way from Mr. Monkey.
I despise this timeline. You really couldn't gone for Ape Burham Lincoln? I am dying.
Badly.
Ah, Jonathan, I am dying. Please help.
Check it. Check it.
We can't see what you're doing.
Oh.
Oh, we lost.
Well, now you really can't.
Round 103, though.
I suppose.
Which one?
I just got the achievement for having 75 active buffs on your monkeys at the same time. I don't know how that happened.
I didn't know that was
Well, you
possible.
see, there might be this one particular monkey that could explain it.
AI. It's everywhere, and now it's taking over ASG. Let's check it out.
Howdy hey, humans and robots! If you've happened to even glance in the general direction of any sort of news outlet in the past long while, chances are you've heard of a little thing called AI. AI stands for Artificial Intelligence. There's been a lot of talk about AI-generated art and students using AI to do their homework for them and plenty of other stuff. There's a lot of controversy surrounding self-learning AI, but we're not getting into that today. Today, I want to put the fun in fundamentally underqualified to have an objective opinion on this matter and then share that opinion on live TV and the internet. Let's get silly! People have said many things about me. You look like if a Victorian child had money. You don't have bones, you just have squiggly juice where your bones should be. I think you're sexy enough to get away with having no redeeming qualities. You're not a big, stupid idiot. You're a mentally ill idiot. I don't know why you have boxing gloves. I think you're just a menace. What's your gender? It's Muppets all the way down. All of these are true. However, you'll notice that not among these is you're like really good at technology. An absolute tech master. King of code. This is because I'm not a king of code. And technology is confusing, honestly. I'm just some guy. I can figure out a thing or two, but it's definitely not my area of expertise. So this super fun and funky video idea made me want to start the war on robots. Just a little bit. The original premise for my video was simple. Or so I thought. Feed an AI a bunch of scripts from past ASG videos and have it regurgitate a brand new, never before seen, completely artificial ASG script. Unfortunately, fate was not on my side. Once I finally found the AI's text-to-text model, I was feeling great. I downloaded 16 separate ASG scripts as text files onto my laptop, and then re-uploaded them into the AI. I hit the train button and found out that I didn't have enough credits to train an AI. Turns out a free account only gives you so many credits, and it certainly doesn't give you enough to actually train a bot. I am all for committing to the bit. Some would even say I'm far too committed to the bit sometimes. However, I'm still just a broke college student on an RA's salary, so subscribing to a pricey AI just for the creation of a single video seemed a bit much, even for me. So I figured it was high time to go surfing the web. I spent hours of my life searching hopelessly for a way to train an AI off of scripts for free without knowing any code. And I'm sure there's a way to do that, but unfortunately for me, I'm not very smart. Eventually, I found my way over to the chatbots. The one I ended up using was indeed everyone's favorite, say it with me now, ChatGPT. You know it, you love it, you've read in the papers that it can write up college essays for you. But I don't care if it can write up college essays. All I care about is, can it write an ASG script? I tried so many times to get it to write a script based off of all of my scripts. It would really only remember the last script, and it would completely ignore all the other scripts. I figured if it's going to ignore all of the scripts I'm putting here anyways, I take the first script, plop it into the AI. I asked, write me a funny script based on the previous message I sent, and create a script it did. Whether or not it's funny, well, comedy's subjective. Take a look for yourself. Hey there, folks, it's your boy Jim, and welcome to the wacky world of radio. Today, we're going to be talking about something near and dear to our hearts. Podcasts. You know what they say, 30 podcasts in 3 minutes keeps the producer away. Tough crap. Anyway, we're going to do things a little differently today. Instead of reviewing podcasts, I'm going to say all the words I'm legally not allowed to on air. Hear that? That's what happens when you mess with the FCC. But don't worry, I'm a rebel. I'm going to say all the forbidden words. And of course, our favorite. Take that, FCC. Uh-oh, looks like we got a caller. Hello, you're on the air.
Hi, Jim. I just wanted to say that I'm offended by your use of profanity.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But you know what they say? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Unless those words are canceled, then I'm screwed. Got you again, FCC. Anyway, let's get back to talking about podcasts. Have you heard Gay Future? It's about the future where everyone's gay. I mean, talk about living your best life.
Jim, what the hell are you doing? You can't say those words on air.
No, relax. It's all in good fun. Plus, I'm pretty sure we already hit our quota for bleep censors.
That's it. I'm shutting the show down.
No, wait. I have one more podcast to talk about. It's called Dungeons and Daddies. It's not a BDSM podcast. Just some dads transported to a fantasy world trying to save their sons. You know, typical dad stuff.
Oh, come on. Well, guess that's it for today, folks. Remember, always stick it to the man. Unless that man is your producer. See you next time.
After the break, we'll join the cast as they discuss their favorite finales. ASG will be right back.
Hey paisanos, this is the last time you're going to hear me say that. But with that feeling in mind, today we're talking about our favorite finales. Although I would like to set like a decent ground rule of like, if it's recent, try to be like a little considerate. Like, look at you, Cam.
What?
Just try to be like a little considerate if it's a recent one.
Is there a specific recent one that you would be mean to?
I don't know.
I mean, not mean, just like favorites, hate it. Like, I'm just saying in general, just like, don't be spoiler, you know?
Oh, gotcha.
Especially if it came out like a month ago. So Enrique, I know you're really excited about one that just came out a month ago.
Yes, I am. I have been dying to talk about the Owl House season finale.
I have that on my list.
Yes, no, it's simply.
That's the reason I set the ground rule.
Yes, don't worry, I will keep spoilers to a bare minimum. I'm pretty much just gonna like mention X character, but like all the characters are pretty much already introduced by season 1, so I guess I should be fine on that.
Couple newbies.
Very few newbies, but like not that many. But yeah.
I saw it too, and I was like, that was great.
Yeah, but it would also be just me ranting about how I want to punch Disney in the face.
For canceling it and forcing them to wrap it up in 3 short episodes instead of a whole season.
However, you gotta praise Dana Terrace by just managing to make an awesome season with just 3 episodes.
They really fought with that one. Yeah, like it was like.
Thanks, Dana.
Each one ranged from like 2 to 3 episodes worth of content, but still, that's pretty impressive.
Only 3 episodes?
Yes.
It's only 3 episodes. Each one of them is like 1 hour.
The first 2 are an hour. Third one is like an hour and a half.
Something like that.
Yeah, around that. So like they really fought with what they had.
And there's certain parts of it that do feel like this is a montage that probably would have been a whole episode by itself.
And then I start crying thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, Disney.
Thanks, Disney. Please sponsor us.
No, please no.
We don't.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say that.
Speaking of Disney, my favorite series finale of Gravity Falls.
Yeah.
Which was also split into 3 parts.
Yeah. Owl House and Gravity Falls are like 2 sides of the same coin, so same energy, and they're both really good all the same.
Alex Search is not all of them.
Does anyone have a coin?
being broke has a very heavy disadvantage, like not having a coin right now.
Unfortunately.
You got a coin, Cam?
No, I do not.
You got a finale opinion?
Wait,
Yes,
I think I do.
I'm not gonna talk about spoilers for it because it was fairly recent. It's Better Call Saul. I absolutely love that show. It's the prequel to Breaking Bad, and I think they really stuck the landing with the finale, and it's probably one of my favorite final episodes of a show.
It's taking all my power to not do the. You know you have. Did you know you have rights?
The Constitution says you do.
This is a really random pick for me personally, like because it's like from the '90s, but the Mario 3 cartoon with how that one ends. It ends with Bowser and Mario fighting in the real world while cycling through every power up, and it was kind of cool. It's
So
not that.
So the Mario movie.
Yeah, but like Bowser's also using the power up, so that makes it sick. But it's not that cool. It's just like this personally set the course for me.
But does it have Jack Black?
Like the Super Mario Brothers Super Show?
No, yeah, it's a continuation of that.
Oh, I don't think I ever saw the finale for that.
Yeah, no, it's just them fighting in Paris. It's sick.
Wow. Okay.
If we're not talking about shows, video game finales, one I always love is they do this every time with Sonic the Hedgehog. He turns super, fights a giant monster in space to butt rock, and it's sick every single time, and I love it.
It never gets boring to you?
Never gets boring, not a single time.
Right.
I'm not joking.
One finale that gets me angry, video game-wise, is Transformers Devastation. Because it was like, possibly one of the best Transformers game to date. It was like an action hack and slash with the Transformers characters, and you have the biggest, most epic boss fight by Megatron by the end of it. And they end the game with like a cliffhanger and credits cutscene.
Didn't get a sequel, did it?
Never got it.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry for you, man.
It was a weird time where Hasbro was licensing a lot of stuff to Platinum Games to do. So like at that time they released like a third TMNT game, a
I love
Korra
the My
game.
Little Pony Platinum fame.
No joke, it probably would be sick.
Bro, you had one too?
We started with, I have a literal list I typed up of all the finales I thought were okay, but I am a person who doesn't like finales. I think endings of shows are almost always bad. They're rushed, they don't wrap things up right, they just don't nail the mood right, or they ruin something in the last season that goes against what they've been doing in the entire rest of the show. So by the time they get to the finale, it's just not good, and it's not true to the reason that like you originally started watching it. And I don't like 90% of finales.
I feel like then you create a different issue if you don't make one. Then you're just asking to set yourself up for it. Yeah, this doesn't get resolved.
Then you just have Dragon Ball.
I mean, that's what happens to any show that gets canceled.
Yeah, but like you don't want to do that on purpose.
yeah, fair enough. It's still easy to criticize them though.
You have a list, so I'm wondering what's
Okay.
the big one on there
Gravity Falls and Avatar: The Last Airbender.
in terms of bad?
The finales. No, this is the list of ones that either I liked or were
I
excited.
thought you were calling Avatar bad, and I was gonna get heated.
Those are the two best
There
finales.
was about to have a fight live on TV.
I was about to get really.
So
There was
Combat
confusion,
is a
if I'm
really
being real.
good ending.
Yeah.
And same goes for Gravity Falls. And then the other ones I have are Centaur World, which if you haven't checked out, it's really good and really underrated.
I started it.
It's funny and weird.
It's a Netflix animated show, so I'm
Yes.
assuming it's already canceled.
They actually had their finale, like their
Oh,
finale
snap,
as
they had a
intended.
real-
Yeah. And the last season villain is terrifying in the best way possible for a show that's all about like rainbows and centaurs in a cute, bubbly world.
What's the name of it again? It's the Nowhere King? Yeah. Yeah.
That's genuinely
Yeah.
surprising. It got like a full ending.
Yeah. And it was good.
Right Inside Job? I'm looking at your Netflix.
Go watch Inside Job, like right
I
now.
watched like almost half the first season. I haven't finished it yet.
Go watch it, Cam.
It's-
Like
it's-
right
it's-
now. Go, get up, watch
No, I
it.
can't.
Yeah, because
Unfortunately,
that's the
unless
thing.
the
You
show
have-
has to end. Go.
That's
That's
it.
all the
You
time
have
we
two
have
parts.
permanently.
You have 2 parts, and technically they're both season 1.
Dude, go watch Inside Job. Get out of here. Shoot.
In this video, Eric talks to us about Kingdom Hearts for the last time this season. Let's check it out.
Got it memorized?
Like the original game, after the first 3 worlds, we'll head back to Traverse Town for a brief moment to close the keyhole there and deliver the old book to Luin. In the original game, you then access the 100 Acre Woods, where you play cute minigames with 0 combat. Here, you'd access the book that contains the paper version of the Mushroom Kingdom from Paper Mario, or Mario Story if you're a total weeb. Instead of doing minigames like in the original, you'd have traditional turn-based RPG battles in the style of classic Paper Mario. Here, you'd also receive Twink the Star as a summon to take the place of Tinkerbell. The second trip to Traverse Town is also where you normally get the Earthshine gem from Leon, and get the ability to summon Simba from the Lion King. This time you're getting the Ice Shine gem, which allows you to summon the Polar Bear from Ice Climbers. He acts the same gameplay-wise, although Simba's Proud Roar would be switched for an Icy Shockwave that would be sent from the Polar Bear's jumps. For the next world, we have Agrabah switching with the Aid Desert from Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War. I'll give the explanation to Nikki Schultz, because she knows a lot more about Fire Emblem than I do.
Hello, hi, Nikki here, taking an opportunity to talk about my hyperfixations. This world's party member is Sigurd, who wields the Holy Blade Tyrfing and is fighting against both the armies of Ground Vale and the Heartless to unravel the conspiracy against him and find his missing wife Deirdre, who takes the role as this world's Princess of Heart. Luckily, Sora and friends even the odds and drive the foes back, and team up with our friend Sigurd here. Eventually, they meet with an ally named Arvis at Velthomer, which takes the place of the city of Agrabah. That's when Sigurd spots Deirdre, who is quickly whisked away by Riku, but there's no time to react as Arvis suddenly betrays them, attacking with his own Heartless. Our heroes follow him into a secret underground shrine, which takes the place of the Cave of Wonders, and face off with Arvis, who transforms into the Dark Dragon Loptir, taking the place of Genie Jafar. And yeah, they beat him up real good, they get a new Keyblade called the Holy Tome, and they move on with their journey. Now, we could move on as well, or I could tell you more about the plot of Where Are You Going? Wait, no, please, I swear it's interesting. Don't you want to hear about Ishtar, please? No, I beg you.
After leaving the Aid Desert, our heroes are eaten in space by the whale Monstro from Pinocchio, whose spot is taken by the whale from Star Tropics, because, well, it's a whale. Here we meet the creator of Navcom, our Jiminy Cricket analog, Dr. Steve Jones, who has taken the place of Geppetto of being the old man trapped in the giant whale. The whale is also where Riku makes his comeback in the story, kidnapping Navcom, who also serves as our Pinocchio replacement, to figure out the secrets of the heart in a non-living being. The world would end with Sora fighting the parasite cage as normal and then receiving the Fire Gleam gem, which would allow you to summon Yoshi. You might be wondering, why not just Yoshi instead of Pluto? Well, I have bigger plans for him than just a glorified messenger. Told you he'd be relevant again. Yoshi would act the same gameplay-wise as Dumbo does and allow you to ride on his back, although we'd switch the blast of water for fireballs instead. Beating the whale would also give you the Substar Keyblade, based off of all of the items Mike Jones uses back in the original Star Tropics. Escaping the whale would unlock the rest of the worlds. Taking Atlantica's spot as the next world is Spear Station from Custom Robo. Here you take on the evil Shinonome and his Robo, Zola, who's taken over Ursula's role. You'd also team up with the Robo, Ray, and his handler, Hero, in place of Ariel as a party member. To create the same water controls as Atlantica has, Sora, Luigi, and DK will be given the same jetpacks used in the Custom Robo series. To explain this sudden addition, Sora and his pals will receive robotic upgrades, which would probably not look too different from their Tron outfits in KH2. Sphere Station is where you'd receive the Metal Spark gem, which summons the supply plane from the Advance Wars series. The supply plane would work exactly like Bambi does, giving you extra drops of HP and NP and rare items for enemies. The other item you'd receive from Sphere Station would be the Rising Robo Keyblade. After the whale, you'd also gain access to Threed from Earthbound, taking the place of Halloween Town. Threed would take after Halloween Town, mostly in the aesthetics department, being a spooky city crawling with zombies, while in terms of story, it would be a mostly point-for-point recreation of its section from Earthbound. In the original game, Paula uses her PSI abilities to summon Ness to save her after being kidnapped by Porky Minich and the Happy Cult. Here, she would still be kidnapped by Porky, who in this abridged version will be running Belch's zombie factory outside of town. The major additions are that the factory is trying to make artificial Heartless, picking up the experiments plotline that Jack was doing in the original game, and that Paula will be the next Princess of Heart kidnapped. Porky and the factory would also act as direct replacements for Oogie Boogie and his castle. Sora and his party would show up as the heroes Paula summoned using her powers, and would shut down Porky's factory with help from Ness, who is this world's guest star party member. Although Paula would still end the world having been kidnapped and taken to Hollow Bastion, as she would now take Sleeping Beauty's place as one of the Princess of Heart. Once you beat Threed, you'd unlock the Omega Runner Keyblade. For the final Disney world, we have Neverland, which is a total lie because you spend the entire world on Captain Hook's ship or in Great Britain, which is probably worse than the Realm of Darkness. Because you spend the entire world on a pirate ship, this world's counterpart is the SST Cup from the Wario Land series. This would lead to Captain Syrup taking Captain Hook's place as the main antagonist of the world, and Wario taking Peter Pan's role of being the unlikely party member Sora teams up with. Although Peter was here because of Wendy, Wario would solely be here to get any treasure Syrup had on her ship. And speaking of treasure, Captain Syrup will be smuggling 3 important ones to Hollow Bastion. The first treasures are cape feathers from Mario World, which would fill the same position as the pixie dust given to Sora before he has to walk the plank. The second treasure is actually Princess Peach herself, who is doing double duty as both Queen Minnie and Cinderella's role of being another Princess of Heart. Syrup would probably kidnap her sometime after the game's intro and take her to Hollow Bastion for the endgame. You'd also receive one more treasure from looting Captain Syrup's ship, and that treasure is a Master Ball containing Mew from the Pokemon series. The Master Ball would allow you to summon him at any point in battle, and he'd be taking the same position of Genie, who you get after Agrabah normally. The Keyblade you would unlock from here would be called Final Treasure. We may be done with the Disney worlds, but there are still character counterparts in Hollow Bastion. Here we meet our final party member. In the original game, it was the Beast of Beauty and the Beast, who clawed his way across worlds just to save Belle from the clutches of Maleficent. What other hero is known for that kind of willpower? None other than the hero of time himself, Link, who would be taken directly from the adult timeline of Ocarina of Time. To match with Link, Belle's role as the final Princess of Heart would be taken by Zelda, obviously, and Maleficent's role as the leader of the villains would be taken by the Prince of Darkness himself, Ganondorf. And the dragon portion of Maleficent's battle would see Ganondorf transforming into his Ganon persona. Defeating Ganon would grant you 2 items. The first is the Keyblade, Hero's Light, and the second is the Zap Glow Gem, which would summon the Duck Hunt duo from Duck Hunt. The duo would work exactly as Mushu does, staying close to the player and shooting anything in front of Sora that looks like a threat. Even with all of that, we're still not done yet. We have 2 more characters to give counterparts to. The first is Chernobog from Fantasia. While I did have a lot of potential picks for this out-of-nowhere devil-like villain, one pick I've been continually ignoring throughout this entire exercise.
Behold, the king of the Koopas!
He fits too well. The horns, the fire, everything, the size, it just works. Although to match Chernobog's more sinister design elements, I'd like Bowser to take on his Koopa God form, Giga Bowser, from Smash Bros. Melee. To finish this off, our final character is King Michael Rodent, aka Mickey Mouse. And who else would I pick besides the Jumpman? Mario of the Mario Bros. Once again, it just works. And having Bowser being our final non-original character fight, and then Mario be our final Disney character replacement, I feel like it just works too much thematically. And that's it. That's every Disney character, world, summon, and concept given a Nintendo counterpart. Maybe I'll do a KH2 version of this once Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out. Probably not.
Up next, we're putting the cast head to head to see whose opinions reign supreme. All systems go. We'll be right back.
ASG Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Jenica presiding.
Everyone but the jury, please be seated. Mix Moss, please swear in the jury.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will truly listen to this case and render a true verdict and a fair sentence as to this defendant?
Yeah.
You may be seated.
Sure.
Members of the jury, I begin with some general comments on our roles in this trial. Throughout these proceedings, you will act as the judges of the facts, and I will be the judge of the law. Although I may comment on the evidence as judges of the facts, you are the only judges of the evidence. However, when I tell you what the law is, my view of the law must be accepted. There's a basic principle that is fundamental to your role as jurors. In this case, there's a requirement of proof on the balance of probabilities, which will mean the evidence that has more weight and is more probable must be accepted. You should then decide in favor of the party who has presented the best evidence. Mix Moss, what is today's first case?
The case of Enrique and Nikki talking about Breath of the Wild.
Thank you. I now call upon the plaintiff to make an opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. The thing that so many people talk... No, it's okay. No, I'll sit. The thing so many people talk about when they talk about Breath of the Wild is exploring the world. But the way I see it is that exploration isn't a game mechanic. It's just a thing that you do when you're interacting with the game systems. And there's like, I don't think there's like a strong enough central game mechanic in Breath of the Wild. Other than that. So like if you're not following, I enjoyed the main quest, but if you're not doing that, you're just sort of meandering about.
Thank you. The defense may now make their opening statement.
You mentioned exploration being, as many people say, treated as a game mechanic. However, I don't see it like that. I see it as a fundamental part of the game. Everything in that world feels alive. You go there, you talk to any villager. It's one of the few games where they actually made horse riding actually fun, where it's one of the few games where it makes it exciting that you don't use fast travel. For example, everything in the world, every crevice has something that makes it feel alive.
The plaintiff will now have a chance to make a rebuttal and a closing statement.
I disagree in the regard that, sorry, the gears are churning up here. I disagreed in the regard that, I'm blanking at the moment.
Your Honor, no questions.
Do you cede your time?
I lost it. I lost my brain cells.
Very well. The defense now has a chance to make their rebuttal and closing statements.
As I mentioned before, the game feels alive. Every single crevice has something interesting that you can look at, that you can explore, that you can do. Side quests maybe hiding around, a piece of poop maybe that a weird leaf creature is gonna hand it to you. The combat system is robust, where you have to actually manage your inventory. It gives you actual improvising. It leads you to improvise a weapon breaking mechanic system.
Robust combat. Really?
Yes. From deflecting with your shield, from managing the game's physics to your will. Like you can actually, let's say you have a flame sword. You can actually set grass on fire and then use your glider to go up and then hit your enemies from
if
above.
I set the ground on fire, then it burns too.
Order! Order in the court.
My apologies.
This has been the defense's time?
Yes.
You had your chance and ceded your time.
Yes, I have.
I was talking to Nikki.
You said defense!
I said Nikki had ceded her time. Do you cede your time as well?
I do.
Wonderful. Both the plaintiffs and the defense have now rested their cases. The attorneys will now present their final arguments. Please remember what the attorneys say is not evidence. However, do listen closely. They are intended to aid you in understanding the case. Plaintiff, you may begin. For final thoughts, essentially.
I was just gonna say that I don't know, it just doesn't, it feels so really artificial to me, I guess. I guess it just feels like Skyrim, but none of the loot is cool. And that's my feelings on Breath of the Wild, basically.
Defense, you may proceed with your closing argument.
Well, although I do believe in some of what you said, some of the gear does feel a little bit extra or unwanted in certain ways. I do feel like all the other small things that the game includes do help all of those less interesting things actually pop up and bring a sense of usefulness. Even a small leaf that you can pick up and hit actually has its usefulness in order to generate wind, or pretty much just to be a main weapon, actually. So.
Members of the jury, you have heard all of the testimony concerning this case. It is now up to you to determine the facts. You and you alone are the judges of the fact. You may now confer. Have you reached a verdict?
Do thumbs up or thumbs down?
Which is which?
If you think Nikki is in the wrong, that is a thumbs down. Wonderful.
You'll be hearing from my lawyers.
Nikki Shulk, the court finds you guilty of bad taste.
Rigged! Absolutely rigged!
Mix Moss, will you please give us the second case?
Next we have the case of Jenna and Nathan talking about Star Wars. Yay.
Thank you. I now call upon the plaintiff to make the opening statement.
Esteemed members of the jury, Your Honor, Minnie Mouse, you frightened me, but that's okay. I just have to say one thing, and I'm going to leave you with this quote. Somehow, Palpatine returned. Thank you.
The defense may now make their opening statement.
Okay, that's a tough one to counter. I will concede the sequel trilogy entirely. They suck.
Objection! You have to include that in there.
Specifically Rise of Skywalker, and specifically for that line, somehow Palpatine returned. The somehow is Fortnite. Anyway, I more come from...
Objection. Mentioning the Fortnite?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
In the sacred halls.
Your Honor,
of this
please.
court.
I'm sorry. But the original films they're revolutionary. Star Wars, and then the following of the original trilogy, Empire and Jedi, best for their time, just in terms of the sort of production design and everything. It's beautiful, really.
Both the plaintiff and defense have made their opening statements. Defense, you may proceed with your closing argument.
Okay.
We're switching things up. Do you have a problem with that, sir?
Not me? Okay.
I guess to close, what I said previously, with no counter argument. Star Wars rocks, unless it's the sequels. And you kind of got to take or leave a lot of the shows they put out. It just is how it is. But I do I critically support Star Wars.
Plaintiff, you may make your closing argument.
So what I'm hearing is that you also agree that Star Wars in its entirety is not good. And you are picking and choosing your movies to verify that it is actually quality content. When if you're looking at the first 3 movies, the original trilogy, the writing is not good. It follows the hero's journey, Joseph Campbell, to a T, without any creativity or straying from the form. And not to mention the dialogue. Thank you.
Members of the jury, you have heard all of the testimony concerning this case. It is now up to you to determine the facts. You and you alone are the judges of the facts. You may now confer. Have you reached a verdict?
Sure.
What say you?
Which one is thumbs up?
So if you think the plaintiff, that's Jenna, is right, then it's a thumbs up. If you think that she's wrong, it's a thumbs down.
I'm biased.
Jenna Alflin, the court finds you not guilty of terrible taste. Thank you, jury, for your service today. ASG will now take a brief recess.
In this next next video, the cast fights to see who has the most musical knowledge. Again, let's check it out.
Previously on All Systems Go.
Welcome to the music guessing game.
It's late.
See, I wasn't willing to fork up 99 cents for that game, so I wouldn't know it.
Now we're going to move into the final section, the hard section.
Just gotta get one more point, and then I'll be satisfied.
So, still 1 point for game, but 3 points if you can give me the title of the song. Joe.
This is We Play.
That is the game.
This is the bubble game.
Can you come up with a better name for it?
I'd give it to him.
Anybody else want to take a shot?
Bubble time.
Nope.
Bubble dance.
Whimsical bubble theme.
No. Seth, anything?
Bubble playtime theme.
No.
Bubbles.
No. I'm just gonna give Joe 1 point for it because it is the bubble game, but the official it's called Pose Me.
Oh.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Joe.
Actually, no.
Red Dead Redemption.
Incorrect. Seth.
Is this what's the Walking Dead theme? Is this Half-Life 2?
Nope. Darian.
Left 4 Dead.
Nope. Eric.
The Last of Us.
Nope.
No, that's...
Darian, did you want to guess again?
I was gonna say The Last of Us.
No.
You keep playing.
Eric, one more time.
Telltale Walking Dead.
Nope. You guys are not even close.
Wait.
Last guess from Darian.
Fallout.
Incorrect.
What is it?
Can't guess.
God of War?
Nope. That is Call of Duty Modern Warfare main theme.
Like 2019 Modern Warfare?
I believe so.
Okay.
Anybody?
Run 3 on Cool Math Games.
No.
Geometry Dash.
Incorrect.
But...
Darian.
Geometry Dash World.
No, incorrect.
There's more than one?
There's more than one.
There's more than
There's
one.
more than one.
Geometry Dash 2.
No.
Are we in the right ballpark?
Yeah, you're in the right
Super Geometry
No,
Dash.
it's not a game.
Geometry Dash 3?
No.
There's
Wait.
more than 3?
What?
The Impossible Game.
No, not the Impossible Game.
Geometry Sprint.
No.
No.
No, that's it.
Mathematical.
No.
Algebraic jumping.
Stop. It's airborne robots from Geometry Dash Meltdown.
That's not real. You made that up.
Two Geometry Dash.
Seth.
Geometry Dash.
No, it's not Geometry Dash. Joe.
GoldenEye?
Nope.
I would like to guess the name, even though I don't
Sure.
know the exact game. Main theme.
No.
Safe
Seth.
guess.
Hylix?
No.
Can we get a hint?
It is in the Mario franchise. Joe.
Mario vs. Donkey Kong?
2.
Miniland Mayhem.
Yes. That is correct.
Dude, actually, I have that game. I don't know how to remember this track.
Alright, we're
Oh,
gonna...
is this the Builder theme?
Yeah.
Oh.
It is the Builder theme.
Alright.
Well, who gets it? Because you kind of...
And we said at the same time,
Let's
but
just... You want to half it?
I can split those points.
Let's half it.
Okay. So that means Joe gets 1.5, and then you get 2.5 because you got the game as well. Darian.
Elder Scrolls?
Nope. Eric.
God of War.
Nope. Eric again.
Legend of Zelda.
Nope. Joe.
Batman Arkham Origins?
Nope. Seth. Last guess.
Anthem.
Nope.
That would be funny. No.
No.
I don't think a single soul alive.
No more.
It's definitely a standalone.
No more guesses. That was The Risen from Sea of Thieves.
Oh.
Oh.
I have a PlayStation. Goodness.
Eric.
Mario Kart Wii.
Incorrect. Darian.
Mario Kart Double Dash.
Incorrect. Joe. Is that a race?
Scout.
Can't guess for funsies.
Mario Kart DS.
Incorrect.
Mario Sunshine.
Incorrect.
It is a Mario game. You're all right about that part.
Is it a Mario Kart game?
I'm not going to say.
So it is.
No, that doesn't.
Mario Kart
Incorrect.
Advance.
No.
Incorrect. Eric.
I'm gonna go with New Super Mario Wii.
Incorrect. Joe.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a shot in the dark. Mario Party 8.
Incorrect. One more.
Mario,
Incorrect.
Mario Kart 7.
Incorrect. One more guess. Anybody? Seth. Three, two.
Mario Maker.
Can you give me one more?
Last one.
Mario Super Sluggers.
No, incorrect. That was main menu of Mario Golf 64.
Oh. We were thinking, we were way too forward.
Eric.
Poker Night?
No.
I know. Oh.
Yeah.
Uno.
That is correct. That is a game. Do you have a title for this?
Main theme? I don't know.
Incorrect.
They have like 3 songs in that game.
Title.
No.
Oh, can't be.
Anybody else? Seth.
Waiting screen.
No.
No.
The title is called Shuffle Up. But it is from Uno, so you got that right.
In this next video, ASG gets a little surprise. Let's check it out. Hey ASG, I hope you're ready because this might be my best video ever. Today, I'll be creating the plot of a Monster High, How to Train Your Dragon crossover murder mystery movie featuring Jack Black and Mothman in Hungarian.
No, you're not. Get out of the way.
Wait, what are you doing?
I have not been able to talk about a hyperfixation on public access college television for a year, Rowan. It's 2023, I've got some new worms in my brain. If I don't info dump about them right now, I'm going to explode.
Okay, well, screw my video then. But before you start, just one question.
Yeah?
Why is there a dead body on our office floor?
Oh, it's the lead into my video. ASG, today we're talking about the mystery room.
Yeah, sure, but did you actually have to kill someone for that?
I'm committed to the bit, Rowan, Jesus! It's no secret that I've been a huge fan of the Professor Layton series since the first game's debut in 2007. So, picture this. It's September of 2013, Tumblr is still reeling from Misha Apocalypse, and 13-year-old me has just stumbled upon a Professor Layton mobile spin-off game called Layton Brothers Mystery Room. Let me tell you, my impressionable little brain was changed forever. Warning for light spoilers following the game's second case. Despite its name, there is only one Layton in Layton Brothers Mystery Room, and that is the genius detective Alfendi Layton. Great mind, thinker, and doer of the times one. Additionally, the game's protagonist is actually Alfendi's plucky assistant, Lucy Baker, a 22-year-old detective constable just getting her start in London's new Scotland Yard Serious Crime Division Classified Investigation Agency headquarters, or the Mystery Room for short. Within the exhaustively named Mystery Room, Lucy and Alfendi take on a number of fascinating murder cases, ranging from hand sandwiches to scorned lovers to walking corpses. Throughout the game, you, as Lucy, will examine crime scenes, collect evidence, interrogate suspects, and speak in a terrible Yorkshire accent. And, of course, you'll catch the killer after enduring a friendly amount of negging from your boss, who has already figured out the entire mystery before you've even had a chance to skim through the witness statements. To top it all off, all of this is set to a jazz OST funky enough to make anyone feel like the grizzled detective in a crime noir. There are many reasons that I love the Mystery Room, not the least of which is my intense nostalgia for the game and the Professor Layton series as a whole. One of the standout features of the game is its fantastic writing and storytelling. Inspired by the likes of Arthur Conan Doyle and Agatha Christie, the 8 murder cases that you're challenged to solve throughout the game are fascinating, complex, and genuinely quite puzzling. On top of that, the game features an overarching plot that acts as a mystery in and of itself. Akin to the Ace Attorney franchise, the characters are quirky, charming, and have puntastic names. May I present Dustin Scowers, Mikasa Tsukasa, and the primary antagonists, Keelan and Diane Makepeace. Unlike the other titles in the Professor Layton series, Layton Brothers Mystery Room gets pretty dark and gruesome. One standout example comes from Case 4, where the murder victim gets his skull bisected by an axe. Unlike Layton's other child, Catrielle, who spends her games searching for missing cats and investigating haunted mansions, Alfendi and Lucy handle genuinely heinous and relatively grounded homicide cases. Despite the edgier tone of the game though, the writers do a terrific job of hitting the midway between too dark and not dark enough. Yet, the heart of the game's story comes from the interactions between Lucy and Alfendi. This Abbott and Costello duo is charming, snarky, and entertaining enough to make you forget that you've been searching this apartment flat for the past 2 hours looking for a murder weapon that seemingly vanished into thin air. Come to find out, it's just Things between Alfendi and Lucy get even more interesting after Case 2, when Alfendi's Mr. Hyde-like split personality emerges for the first time. Does this game provide a medically accurate and progressive depiction of dissociative identity disorder? No, but they refer to the side of Alfendi as a potty prof, and that's pretty funny. Another great aspect of the game is the gameplay itself. For a mobile game created in 2014, Layton Brothers Mystery Room is surprisingly engaging in its gameplay. From physically examining the 3D modeled crime scenes to selecting the perfect pieces of evidence to shatter a suspect's alibi, this game will have you genuinely scratching your head at some points and feeling like a master detective at others. And, of course, I can't help but mention the stunning art and music. While the game employs an admittedly limited variety of settings and scenes, the art that it does have works perfectly to set the mood and feel for the cases. The character designs are fun and appealing, deviating from the typical Professor Layton art style while remaining caricaturistic in nature. Some of my favorite designs include that of Alfendi Layton himself, the animal suspects in Case 8, and this dog guy who never asked for consent before parading his collar and chain around 2 Scotland Yard detectives. Unfortunately, no game is perfect, and Layton Brothers Mystery Room is not exempt from this rule. One of the more disappointing aspects of the Mystery Room is its UI. Perhaps due to the limited capabilities of mobile gaming, Layton Brothers Mystery Room can be occasionally frustrating to play. This is especially apparent as you're navigating the crime scenes. Using your fingers to move about the game's 3D modeled environments is a clunky endeavor at best. On top of that, when it's finally time to select the damning pieces of evidence needed to catch your culprit, the game occasionally forces you to scroll through an exhaustive selection of all the evidence and witness statements you've collected thus far. Another issue is that there's no real way to lose in this game. There's no health bar like in Ace Attorney, and there's no point deduction consequence for getting an answer wrong like in the OG Professor Layton games. The only thing close to a repercussion for any shoddy detective work is being called a dozy ginger by a girl who wouldn't make it past the second round of an animated waifu's Twitter bracket. This is all to say that when you're stumped, brute forcing your way through all possible options is a perfectly valid strategy to win the game. And honestly, this serves to lower the stakes and take some of the fun out of things. Finally, this game has limited replayability potential. I've gone through this game upwards of 5 times now, but that's just because I've known about it for nearly a decade, and every 2 years or so I tend to forget exactly what happens in each case. While the game may be enjoyable to replay for fans of the characters or franchise, as is the rub in most murder mysteries, knowing the twist ruins half of the fun. Now, you may be wondering, Max, if this game has been out for a full decade, why bother talking about it now? Well, despite the fact that there has never been a sequel to the Mystery Room, nor a recurrence of Alfendi or Lucy in any of the latest Professor Layton games, I've still got hope that these 2 Scotland Yard sleuths will make a glorious return somewhere down the line in the Layton canon. And before you call Pepe Sylvia on me, let me direct you to the fact that in 2021, Level 5 released an official Mystery Room manga that is currently being updated to this day. On top of that, Alfendi has earned an honorable mention in both Catriel's Mystery Journey and the Layton Mystery Detective Agency anime. So, there's hope. Like, not a lot of hope, but it's there. And if years of shipping rare pairs has taught me anything, sometimes a little hope is all you need. So what do you think?
So this is what Postgrad has reduced you to?
Well, I thought it was a pretty good video.
Max, get this dead body out of our office. ASG, back to you.
After the break, we'll see if there's a correction game winner among us. It's gonna be me. ASG, we'll be right back.
For the last game show I get to host, we're going to play an old favorite, except it's actually rigged this time, and the others need to find out who has the unfair advantage. We have our 4 lovely contestants over here, Anne-Marie, Jenny, Darian, and Seth. I have a list on my phone of incorrect statements about various fictional media. It is our contestants' job to find out what is incorrect. This is the old favorite, the correction game.
Ooh.
This time, however, there is a sus imposter among them. And
who's the sussy baka?
Who I have given to all of the answers to beforehand. There will be a reward of like a $5 snack or something to whoever wins the game, and then an additional one if you guess the imposter right, but if you guess wrong, then they get it instead. So everyone has motivation to both try to win and play my Stupid Among Us challenge. With that, we will start with the first question about Dark Souls 1, specifically the first game in the series. And you can interrupt me at any time because what you have to say is more important than what I have to say. In the intro cinematic, it's explained that the 4 Lord Souls were found by Lord Gwyn, the Witch of Easlith, Grave Lord Nito, and Seath the Scaleless. With their strength, the 4 challenged and defeated the dragons in Seth.
Seath didn't actually find one of the Lord Souls.
That is correct. He was given a shard of Gwyn's Lord Soul later on. The 4th went to, and I quote, the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. I forgot about the furtive pygmy.
He got one right, he must be the imposter.
Yep.
That's what
Point
I
for
was saying.
Seth. You can write
I'm
that.
also a Dark Souls nerd.
Yeah.
Up next.
No, there are no nerds on ASG.
Up next.
Could you imagine if there were?
Unbelievable. There can't be. Up next is a question about a very related thing. It's about Garfield.
The character Garfield is known for a handful of distinct traits. He hates Mondays, loves lasagna, has caught and eaten multiple wild birds, torments mailmen, frequently watches scary movies, and has attempted to send another cat to Abu Dhabi. Darian.
Garfield is afraid of his own reflection. I don't think he likes scary movies.
That is correct. He's not particularly known for watching scary movies, at the very least. He has tried to send another cat to Abu Dhabi, which is the capital of the United Arab Emirates, which is a country in the Middle East.
Was it normal?
I don't think he succeeded, but I wrote this question a long time ago, so I don't remember.
That is definitely giving Garfield energy, though.
This next one is about the She-Ra reboot, She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. Adora is a member of the Evil Horde, yes, that is the name, before she finds the Sword of Protection and becomes She-Ra and joins the rebellion. She manages to reform the Princess Alliance, made up primarily up of princesses, all of whom, besides Adora, have the power of a rune stone that gives them magical powers. Darian.
So a couple things wrong with that. One, so you said that She-Ra does not have a runestone. She does. It's in her Sword of Protection, which is what distinguishes it from He-Man's Sword of Power.
Crap, is that true?
Yes. Secondly, you said that she's the only one.
Can I get someone to fact check that just while we're doing that?
You said that she's the only one who doesn't have a runestone. There are a couple others that do not have a runestone either. Also, this is nitpicky, but you called the group that she joins the Alliance. It is actually called the Great Alliance.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm being told over by God that this is all true.
Darian's very good at this game.
I'm going to give you the point.
Darian just likes He-Man.
Yeah,
He does like He-Man.
I really like He-Man.
Just 1 point, but I will say you didn't even find the one that I intended, which was the other member of the Princess Alliance who doesn't have a runestone is Entrapta. There is one other who is simply a tech genius based on her own merits. We stand an autistic queen. This next one is about Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Raiden's toughest foes are a group called the Winds of Destruction. Members include Monsoon, who talks about memes, and Sundowner, whose most famous line I can't say on air. They're hired by Senator Stephen Armstrong, who played college ball at an Ivy League school, joined the Navy, and is powered by nanomachines. Darian.
You said that he plays college ball.
Yes.
He can't play college ball because college ball is not a real sport.
That is incorrect. He's referring to football in this case. I didn't see whether Seth or Anne-Marie put their hand up first. I'm being told it was Anne-Marie.
This is just a shot in the dark. Is it the Ivy League schools?
He did not play in an Ivy League school. You are correct.
He played at Kent State.
He played college football at the University of Texas.
Same thing.
This next one is about Breaking Bad.
Ooh.
Jesse. I've never seen Breaking Bad, so I only know about this show through cultural osmosis. Walter White, a high school chemistry teacher, becomes a drug dealer to provide for his family and takes up the alias Heisenberg. Were you going to raise your hand, Jenny?
I took it back.
Okay. Side characters that he meets include Jesse Pinkman, Hank Schneider, Gustavo Fring, and Darian.
It's not Hank Schneider, it's Hank Schroeder.
Incorrect. It's not Schroeder, but it is the last name that is the problem.
Can I say again or no?
Unless... Okay, it doesn't seem like anyone else has a guess.
I feel like he gets a half point for at least knowing the name was
it's
wrong.
It's Schrader, right?
It is Schrader. You are correct. That's another point for Darian. Hank! Emperor's New Groove. Ooh. Originally named Kingdom of the Sun, Emperor's New Groove wasn't made easily. The film had to be basically completely... Seth.
Incorrect. It was made easily.
That is wrong.
True.
That is perhaps the most wrong thing that's ever been said on this game show. The film had to be basically completely remade 2 years into the production, which was about when the original director left. The animator for Yzma left twice. Sting made music for the film, much of which was never used, and the final script was still being written as recording was in progress. Anne-Marie.
See, I hope this is real, but I feel like it's fake. The Sting part, what?
No, Sting was hired to make music for the film, and
You're joking.
I'm pretty sure none of it was used.
That's.
He made like a lot of songs.
That makes me sad.
Jenny.
Animator didn't leave twice. Left thrice.
That almost happened, but it was only 2 animators that left. Darian.
I'm gonna say the script was, whether you said it was or wasn't, it's the opposite of what you said.
No, it is what I said. The final script was still being written while they were recording the lines.
Huh.
Any other guesses? All right, I'm going to call this one a wash. The film did not have to be restarted 2 years into production. It was actually restarted 3.5 years into production.
Love that for them.
Yeah, must have been a horrible experience. This next one's about the Stanley Parable. Stanley is employee 427 at a nondescript company. The player's actions controlling Stanley are spoken over by a nameless narrator as you make choices to either listen to the narrator or defy him. Anne-Marie.
Is the number 427 incorrect?
It was number 427.
Okay. I'm just guessing here.
Darian.
I'm gonna say there's more choices you can make than just listening to or defying the narrator.
That is technically right, but also that is also definitely not what I'm going for.
But it's technically right.
I'll see if anyone gets what I'm going for first, and if no one can get it, I'll give you the point there.
Okay.
Any guesses at all? Nope. All right, I guess Darian gets yet another point. The one I was looking for is that the narrator is technically not nameless. His name is the narrator. That was intentionally a mean one. All right, I'm pretty sure that is all the time we have. I need everyone's guesses on who the imposter is real quick. I'm going to count from 5 down. Point to who you think it is. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you didn't do a whole lot to hide it there, buddy. Gonna be honest. So I guess everyone is gonna get one of each whatever reward I pick, because Darian definitely won there. After the break, we'll do the one thing gamers love most, which is talk about how awesome the past was. Stick around for it, please.
In this last video of the season, we get Seth's perspective on anime character development. Let's see what he had to say.
Hey there. Crazy we got to this point, huh? Since, I'm graduating soon, that means this is my final video for ASG. But this video isn't about endings. It's about beginnings. Specifically, my beginning. As an anime-watching degenerate weeb.
Hey, let's go, kinkatsuru. Taisetsuna mono, protect my vows. Boko ga warui, so let's fighting love.
Anime is kind of a big influence on who I am. It was always the media I gravitated towards the most, even when I was really young. I was 3 years old and I was watching things like Rurouni Kenshin, Yu Yu Hakusho, and Cyborg 009. I don't remember too much from these shows since I was so young, but I still have a lot of fond memories of them. Even if I didn't understand what was going on, it still just kept me enthralled just because of how good it looked. Over the next few years, I'll be introduced to shows like, obviously Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, and then I would get to things like One Piece, Zatch Bell, Bobo. And then there was the anime that truly made me an obsessed fan for the first time. Naruto. Something about Naruto really stuck out to me at the time. Maybe it was because it had this inherently darker tone to it than some of the other stuff I was watching. Maybe it was just the idea of magic ninjas. Or maybe I just really liked him because he had blonde hair and wasn't an annoying loudmouth like me. But regardless, Naruto truly was the big launching point for me. I couldn't wait to see what would happen every week when a new episode aired. And I'm not gonna lie, the first time Naruto starts tapping into the nine-tailed fox chakra, it still hits for me. I've seen so many anger power-ups in Shonen by now, but this one always holds a special place in my heart.
This boy, what is he?
But once Toonami was sadly taken off the air back in 2008, I didn't really have a way to watch anime anymore for a while. It wasn't until a few years later that I developed the internet browsing ability to find sites where I could watch anime again, totally legally. And the show that got me to start my anime renaissance, as I call it, was Love Hina. Yeah, probably not what you were expecting, and honestly, maybe not something you even heard of. For reasons that stem from a very odd series of events that I can't really get into at the moment, Love Hina was the first anime I started watching when I found out how to find anime on my own. It's a funny and goofy rom-com about a guy who's suddenly in charge of managing his grandmother's all-girls dormitory, all the while he's also trying to pass his entrance exams to a university and deal with the incredibly chaotic environment of the dormitory. It's also been noted as being a precursor to a lot of harem animes afterwards. Funnily enough, it was this show that led me down a marathon of harem anime. Okay, maybe this is the reason why I became such a degenerate. Hey, you know what else I ended up watching down the line? JoJo. That doesn't have anything that bad in it. Soul Eater? One Piece. Oh no. I'm just gonna stop trying at this point. No wonder I became such a simp. But to make a long story short, anime has been a very influential genre of media to me. From the art style, to the storytelling, to the diverse characters, there's just so much about it I love. And honestly, it's kind of one of the reasons I joined All Systems Go in the first place. Wow. There it is. That was my last ASG video. And right till the end, I couldn't help but start simping over fictional women. It's been a blast, y'all. And I hope that after I graduate, we get to hang out even more. I hope y'all enjoyed seeing my anime origins. And I hope the show only continues to prosper after I leave. It's been a lot of fun. But, if you'll excuse me, I've got to make like all these systems. And go. Take care, y'all.
For a lot of us here at ASG, our time has come to an end, so we're going to talk a little bit about it. I started in the spring semester of 2020, and of course things got a little rough with COVID, and we got sent home after a little over 2 months, maybe not even, and I ended up not continuing with ASG until I ran into an alumni, Tony Perialis, in the summer of 2021. And he convinced me to rejoin, and it is something that I am so incredibly grateful for. I enjoy coming here every Wednesday so much, and I'm not gonna lie and say that it doesn't feel tedious. It feels tedious at times, but I am just so grateful for every single opportunity that I have had and all the experience I have gained. And as a writer for the show, I can't think of a better way to develop my skills than being surrounded by people who are so incredibly passionate about the material we're covering. And I'm really sad to be leaving, but I also know that where I end up, this show has helped me to get to that point. So yeah. Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you, ASG.
Oh, hi everybody. If you don't know me already, my name is Hannah. I've only been on ASG for 2 seasons, but you may have seen me on a few discussion panels and or segments sprinkled here and there. Most of the time I'm in the back helping out with tech, either with cameras or bringing your wonderful ads to the screen. Yeah, I know, ads kind of suck. But in all seriousness, my time here on ASG and working in the tech room has been such an amazing experience and something that I won't be forgetting for quite some time. I am forever grateful to have been a part of this amazing community, and to the crew and cast of ASG, thank you for enriching my life more than you could ever imagine. I'll cherish these memories and always keep them close to my heart. Thank you.
I don't have a prepared statement, so I'm going off the top of the dome.
Good.
I've been in ASG for the past 2 seasons as well. I dragged Hannah on here when I started, and the friends I have made on this show have been some of the closest and realest connections I've made in all of college. And I'm just beyond grateful for you guys. And I also want to thank Lily Fisher for making me feel welcome when I wasn't even part of the show yet. Thank you, Tony, for hosting Lily's parties. They were Lily's parties at the end of the day. And that's what really got me into ASG and made me feel so welcome and at home with all of you. And I'm really gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss you guys so much as I continue. Thank you, ASG. And thank you, Max, specifically, for teaching me how to video edit and for being there for me always.
Howdy. So I think I kind of said everything that I needed to in my video, but yeah, I've been on ASG now for the past 3 seasons. Much like a lot of people, it was through our wonderful boy, Tony Perialis. I'm really glad that I got to work with him and he could push me towards actually getting on the show, because otherwise I don't think I ever would have. And being on the show has been such a good way to get my creative productivity out and talk about things that I am very passionate about, which is mostly anime and things. It's gonna be so rough to leave and not get to do this every week, but look on the bright side, guys. At least now, going forward, the videos will be less down bad. Thank you guys for having me. It's been so much fun.
I think the wave of emotion has yet to hit me. Well, I remember I actually joined All Systems Go because there's the big electronic billboard on campus, and I remember there's basically an ad like audition for our show, and it had the Heavy from Team Fortress 2, and I was like, that's a character I like. But yeah, no, true story. Everyone's chuckling in here. True story. But there are so many opportunities I've gotten because I've joined this show in one way or another. It's before I joined it, I was on it for 4 seasons, so fall 2021, I think. And by that point, I had been in college for 2 years, and it had also been about that long since I had edited a video, which is concerning because that's the career path I wanted. But I had no my motivation for it had sort of died. Like any reason to do it was like pounded out by like having a job and like schoolwork and stuff. And the show really gave me a reason to get back into it, and the stuff I made for this show was honestly the majority of what I had for like an editing portfolio, so I'm pretty convinced it's the reason I managed to get an internship at all. And now I feel like I've improved so much. I over the course of last season, I made that Fire Emblem video that's now like all together is like 36 minutes long, and by the humble brag, by the way, it now has like 19,000 views last time I checked, which is beyond my wildest expectations. But also just like the people I met as well. All of you are wonderful, but specific shout out as well to Olivia Van Sickle for recommending me to FFI, which has been a great organization to join. And also shout out to Ro over here, who got me connected to someone for my senior project, and otherwise I probably would have cried myself to sleep.
Thank you, Trixie.
So,
Thank you, Trixie.
Thank you, Trixie. You're the best. But yeah, I feel like I'm planning on taking the motivation, the creative energy that this show has sort of give me, and taking that forward with me into whatever I do next, and being sure to let that spark right out. So that's what I've got. And you're welcome, America.
Well, that's it for the final episode of Season 12. We couldn't be more grateful for all those who've watched us and encouraged us throughout the season. But don't cry over our absence just yet, because we'll be back in the fall before you know it. And in the meantime, make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok for all your ASG needs. All systems go. Signing off.